What is up, guys? It's your boy Error Code Cacus, and today we've got some brand spanking new Destiny 2 news, courtesy of the Bungie weekly update that has just gone live, revealing official information. And this week, it's been nothing short of bizarre. And so, let's get started. But first, the grocery list you gave me said tomatoes, and there's 36 different kinds of tomatoes.
How hard is it?
When I text you and said what kind of tomatoes, and you said the red ones, I almost fainted, okay? Well, that's never happening again thanks to today's sponsor, HelloFresh. They're gonna handle the meal prep and the shopping, deliver everything you need right to your home so you can cook up a tasty meal. Now, what kind of meal? Well, that's up to you. There's gonna be 40 recipes to choose from and over 100 add-ons every week. In fact, here's me picking my weekly meals. And we had the pork and sweet pepper tacos last night, and oh my goodness, they were good. In fact, they were also easy to prep, easy to make, and came with a generous portion size.
Is there more?
But it's not just dinner. You can also get breakfast, lunch, and snacks. In fact, I had to get these cinnamon roll pancakes I knew my wife would love. In fact, I knew a little bit too much because I'm supposed to show the box everything came in for this ad, and it arrived when I wasn't here, and my wife was so eager to get those pancakes, the box has been, there's no other way to put this, destroyed. And guys, use the code POGCACSEP50.
What?
Okay, I asked for a cool hip code, and that's what they gave me, okay?
That's not hip.
Like, at the end of the day, okay, it's 50% off and free shipping. How could you say no? So, use the code and spend less time on meals, spend more time gaming, or living a fulfilling life, whatever. Alright, now first things first, what's been going on this week with Destiny 2? Well, honestly, things have not been great, okay? Since the last weekly reset, the game has been flooded with error codes and server issues. As you can see right here, things got so bad at one point, enemies stopped reacting to your bullets. Like, the enemy AI was just walking around while you were shooting them, and people were trying to do raids. In fact, the master difficulty, Crota's End Raid, had just released, and this was going on. Not to mention trials. Oh my goodness, trials. We had one of the worst trials weekends of all time. Hilariously, this was supposed to be a good trials weekend to make up for the previous trials weekend where we had the weapon crafting glitch and people had infinite ammo grenade launchers and auto rifles that shot shotgun bullets and all this craziness. So Bungie did a redo of the trials on the same map, same weapon reward, and this clip playing in the background of Frostbolt is pretty much going to summarize the whole scenario. The poor guy has his teammates get kicked, he kills the other team that also had a teammate get kicked, still loses for some reason, and then still just gets kicked to orbit. Guys, what a crazy week. And I did do a video on Monday summarizing kind of everything that's going on. That's linked up above if you want to check it out. But the most interesting part is that all of these server issues might not actually be Bungie's fault, but rather they're due to a malicious DDoS attack. As you can see right here, Bungie did put out a statement saying that they were being DDoSed and that was causing the server instability. Now, they put this out a while ago, and we haven't heard anything since. Like, you would think that in the week or more that followed and these server issues continued and arguably got worse, that Bungie would be continuously tweeting saying we're getting DDoS attacked again, like it is an ongoing thing, but they have said nothing of the like. So, is the DDoS attack situation still happening? Has it subsided and now we're just dealing with, normal server issues? No one really knows. Bungie has kept us pretty much in the dark. I will give them the benefit of the doubt and say that obviously these DDoS attacks are still occurring. In fact, there's even, as you can see right here, people live streaming them, and you can actually see when these DDoS attacks are occurring and people are kind of getting hit offline and getting error codes and stuff like that. But regardless, it has just not been a good time to play Destiny 2. And Bungie's response has been lackluster, to say the least, and downright terrible in some cases. And the best example is this tweet right here, where Bungie is asking for players to submit their clips from Trials of Osiris.
the same weekend where the game is nearly unplayable. So as you can imagine, everyone is flooding the comments with the Frostbolt clip and their own clips of them being kicked to orbit and their games just being ruined. I actually quote tweeted this and said that Bungie needs to learn how to unschedule these tweets. This just seems like a scheduled tweet they would have go live like for every weekend, and no one saw the most obvious thing coming. Like, guys, if any of you guys watching was working for Bungie, I'm sure 100% of you would be able to look at this scheduled tweet and say, we probably shouldn't tweet this weekend. And guys, since I screen capped this tweet, since I made the video where it was in, they deleted the tweet. So Bungie, they are so clueless to how human beings react. They let this scheduled tweet go and get so embarrassed they delete it. Like, either like figure it out beforehand or just own it and say, yeah, we screwed up this weekend, submit all your crazy glitches, at least we'll all have a laugh. The fact that they deleted it, again, shows that they're just not thinking about how their community is going to react. It's just embarrassing. And on top of that, we had something very bizarre happen as well. A new update went live. Update 7.2.0.5. Here's the important things it did. For Iron Banner, you can now actually earn Iron Banner engrams at the end of matches. For Nightfalls, they actually made Heist Battlegrounds Mars easier for some reason, and then, importantly for shotguns, they fixed an issue where the damage fall-off was not working while aiming down sights. So until now, this season, you were better off hip-firing your shotguns, so that's absolutely an important fix. However, there was also some changes to the Crota's End raid, as you can see. But at the very bottom here, you guys can see that Bungie confirms there is no third secret chest within the Crota's End raid. So what actually happened is, as soon as Crota's End launched, there was a triumph associated with the raid that said you need to open all 3 of the secret chests within Crota's End. And what happened is that people obviously went to work looking for this third secret chest. It was in the triumphs. And as you can see right here, people were spending a ton of time looking for this chest, and they were actually begging Bungie. They were tagging Destiny 2 team over and over again. Guys, is there a third chest, or is this a glitch? Bungie let people waste their time in that raid for literally weeks looking for a way to complete this triumph, and then it turns out there was no chest at all? Why would you do that? Like, why wouldn't you just confirm early on, hey guys, this is a glitch, like, don't worry about it, don't waste your time looking for a chest that doesn't exist. That just seems like, honestly, kind of a mean-spirited thing to do. And in fact, it's so mean-spirited and so bizarre that Bungie would just not say anything about this. It has actually developed one of my favorite Destiny conspiracy theories, which is that there is a third chest, and that because Bungie is dealing with so much stuff right now with the DDoS attack and stuff, they just can't be bothered to figure out how to make it work because it's glitched out, so they've just disabled it entirely and changed the Triumph. Now, I don't want to say I for sure believe that, but it's actually pretty likely compared to the alternative of just being malicious and letting your players waste their time. Like, things are not going well within Destiny 2, and it is so sad because this is all at the heels of Bungie actually handling the weapon crafting glitch really well. The player population exploded by over 30,000 for that weekend, and Bungie just said, hey, this is on us, you guys go wild, we're gonna try to fix that. And most players actually really applauded Bungie's response to that. So it's just so crazy they have such a great player-focused response on one thing, and then after that, they've just been weird and handling things terribly in the week that follows. In any event, guys, let's get on to the brand new information within the TWAB. Now, the first thing Bungie mentions is that the new Nightfall bow, the pre-Astyanax 4, is available to acquire for the first time. Now, the Nightfall itself is Heist Battleground Mars, which is definitely on the more difficult side. However, I did make a guide on how to beat it. Definitely check that out if you need it. Now, moving on from there, coming, I think, tomorrow within Trials of Osiris is going to be the brand new Trials Grenade Launcher, the Caphract GL3. You can see its possible perk rolls right here. Certainly having like Demolitionist or auto-loading in the first column combined with bait and switch and stuff like that. That's actually pretty powerful for PvE, so I don't know why you have to play Trials to get it, but that's a whole other topic. Moving on from there, guys, interestingly, one of the things that was definitely more positive this past week was the implementation of the Checkmate playlist within PvP. People really enjoyed having a shift more towards gunplay and off of abilities. However, as you can see, Bungie does say that they're going to be continuously rebalancing Checkmate. In fact, here are the weapon changes coming next week. You can see there's changes here to certain exotics, sidearms, submachine guns, auto rifles, and more. So when you play Checkmate from week to week to week, it's actually going to have a different balance potentially every time you play it, and that's going to be very interesting. But moving on from there, we have something very exciting, and that is Gunsmith Focusing. So starting next season, in Season 23, Banshee 44 will offer focusing options for select Foundry weapons. So now you can literally focus Suros weapons, right? And that is going to make it much easier to actually acquire one of the world drop weapons. There's a lot of great world drop weapons out there, but the loot pool is so big, they're very hard to actually target farm. So first of all, what weapons will be available next season? So they say Banshee will offer weapons released from Season 16 up to Season 19, which means that these weapons are at least 4 seasonal releases old, so 1 year. These weapons will no longer be obtainable from legendary engram world drops and instead will only be available from Gunsmith engrams and focusing. Very interesting. So that's actually a twofold approach, right? All these weapons are going to be taken out of the world drop loot pool, so the world drop loot pool is going to be a lot smaller. You're going to get the new stuff more often, and then you can now target focus with this new system that old stuff that's being removed, so you can get anything that you don't have. Now, for Suros, you can see the different options right here. A lot of great Suros weapons, actually. For Haka, here are the weapons you can focus right here. For Weist, you know, if you'd never got a Godroll funnel web, it's on that list. That's very exciting. And then for Omelon, you see the options right here. Now, Bungie says in Season 24, we're planning to update this list with Season 20 weapons for existing foundries, as well as adding a new category for field forged weapons. Gunsmith Focusing will also be replacing Banshee 44's 6-count weapon selection. The following weapons will be moved out of the world pool. These will not be available from Gunsmith engrams or focusing, but will instead be occasionally available from Xur instead. And you can see those options right here. Now, there is going to be a rotation with Banshee 44 offering 2 foundries at a time, and then on each daily reset, it's going to swap, and you can see the rotation right here. Now, how much is all of this focusing going to cost? Well, Bungie says 3 Gunsmith engrams and 5,000 Glimmer. I was hoping it would be 1 Gunsmith engram because it's kind of hard to get Gunsmith engrams. Bungie actually acknowledges this and says that it's not ideal, so we've taken that into account and have decided to include more ways to obtain Gunsmith engrams. So now you can earn them by ranking up Gunsmith reputation, as you're currently doing right now, or you can now get them from Lost Sector completions. So Normal has a 20% a chance to drop them, Legend, Solo, and Platinum 40%, Master, Solo, and Platinum 60%, and Free Roam chests now have a 20% chance to get them. I actually love that last one because Free Roam chests are so useless right now. They give you, what, like 20 Glimmer? So now you're actually going to be able to get Gunsmith engrams. Like, everyone's going to now put on those ghost modifiers to let them see where the nearby chests are. And so guys, that's it for all of the important information you need to know about. I hope you enjoyed this video and found it informative. If you did, please remember to help me out by simply rating and especially sharing this video. If you guys want to see more Destiny 2 content similar to this, don't be afraid to slap that subscribe button. If you want to get in touch with me and keep up to date with the latest channel activity, the best way is to follow me on Twitter at RickCacus. That is linked in the description down below. Again, I hope you enjoyed the video, and as always, have a good day.